The girls don't like her. There's a reason she was kicked out of the group chat. She's a bully. You can't trust her.
We know that she likes to throw tantrums. She was abrasive and combative.
These are quotes from other girls.
Mistress did the worst in the challenge. Productions hates who she is. A rotted monster like that.
Monster like that. Monster like that. Monster like that.
What's the tea, everybody? It's MIB, and welcome to the Beat Up. Thank you for tuning in to another Mistress Monday. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the f is happening? Today, we're gonna be reacting to compilations of bullshit and lies from my #1 fan, Willam. Now, some of you out there might remember Willam from RuPaul's Drag Race Season 4, where he was the first contestant to ever be disqualified from the show. And if you don't remember him, just go take a look at any of his social media. He tells the story over and over and over again. And since then, Willam has had a self-proclaimed illustrious and amazing career, discussing RuPaul's Drag Race non-stop. I honestly feel bad for him. Imagine holding on to a grudge for 13 years and your entire life and career revolving around a TV show and harassing the people involved with it. It's actually pathetic. Almost as pathetic as the crash I've witnessed this person have over the last year. Now, I knew he was obsessed with RuPaul and anything Drag Race related, specifically when he was shocked and made a scene when he was removed from DragCon after waiting in RuPaul's meet and greet line just for the potential to act a fool. But I never realized the power I had over him till many of you out there brought it to my attention. So I'm gonna do you the favor, Willam, and I'm gonna give you the attention you've been craving. You've wanted so bad to be on the YouTube channel that you claim you don't tune into.
Mistress Isabelle Brooks. I still want to be on her YouTube, so I'm not going to say anything bad.
So here you go, my love. I hope it's everything you ever dreamed of. With that being said, before we get into this one, I have a word from a very special sponsor. And Willam, make sure you pay attention to this one. All right, y'all. Now, y'all know I've been back on TV for the last few months, and it has been a journey, to say the least. We've got it all, from drama to hate comments, non-stop travels, interviews, photo shoots, and of course, watching all the craziness that is Mistress play out before our very eyes. It can be really hard sometimes to separate my personal life and the person behind the makeup from the negativity and hate comments that come with being a public figure. As I'm sure you can imagine, getting berated with crazy comments, messages, and tags all season long has been exhausting. Now listen, these trolls don't bother me personally, but that doesn't mean it's not overwhelming to have your phone blown up from unhinged comments and strangers every second of the day. Thankfully, therapy has helped me so much from keeping all of that separate from the person I am outside of drag and TV, so I can stay focused on myself and my career. That's why I love today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp makes it so easy to speak to a professional, especially if you've never done it before. Before I started therapy, I was so nervous about what to expect and how to find the right person, so I kept putting it off. But BetterHelp makes it so easy and non-intimidating to find someone that's a great match for you. All you do is fill out a questionnaire and you'll get matched with a therapist in as little as a few days. You can even switch to someone new at any time at no extra cost if you feel like it's not the right fit. Whether you're trying to manage your feelings with work, relationships, and daily life, looking for new perspectives, or need help and support making positive changes, we can all benefit from therapy. All you gotta do is click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/mistress.isabel-brooks and you'll get 10% off your first month of therapy. Trust me, it's the best money you could ever spend investing in yourself. So do yourself a favor and go to betterhelp.com/mistress.isabel-brooks. I want to give a special shout out to my friends over at BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. Now with that being said, let's jump back in. Now before I forget, Willam, I'm gonna send you this shirt because you are a big fan, and I'm just giving you an idea of what you would have looked like if you were, you know, able to be one of the frumpadumps in the t-shirt on my channel.
You look so pretty. Cute. We're not like the Mistress Isabelle Brooks show. Frumpadumps in t-shirts and some contour.
Let me know who to sign the headshot to and I'll make sure to send the mail to you ASAP. But that out the way, let's talk the tea. Willam is a clout chaser who is desperate for attention. And there's many things that point to this being a proven fact. I mean, we're talking about the person who lends drag to queens going on Drag Race just to make videos like Borrowed Blessings Bureau, where she brags and recounts her stuff that made it on the show. Not to be a sister, but to feel like she has the in and to use this as leverage to pull tea and behind the scenes gossip from the queens that confide in her. She then goes on her podcast and, like most things that come out of her mouth, spews a bunch of bullshit and recounts of stories from a friend of a friend of a friend that turns out to be lies and incredibly over-exaggerated. Take what Dawn and I did on Sloppy Seconds as an example. I literally tested my theory and purposely planted some bullshit just to watch her and her entire team take the bait and make the fool of themselves. Now, speaking of lies, Willam, you have sat there and lied on my name time after time after time, and I never gave you a response because it's f***ing hilarious. People on Reddit have clocked how obsessed he is with me, and it gets him furious! Go check his Reddit page where he replies to every single thread ever made about him and goes on a full-on rant discussing me with fans. Who does that, bitch? Why are you Googling yourself and why are you replying to yourself on Reddit? You're fucking weird. This comment is from Reddit user GretchBedge. So I'm speculating that Willam has an axe to grind with MIB due to how Mistress herself talked about her feelings on being on other people's podcasts, particularly in reference to the non-drama that Dawn discussed on Sloppy Seconds, which Willam produces. MIB said on a live that she hates when other podcasts talk about her or try to get clout from her name. Willam is probably bitter boots that MIB turned mom down. Then, in true Willam fashion, he replies with lies. MIB never turned down a mom request. None was made from our end, but she's more than welcome to stop by if she wants some sisterly hugs or no. For those of you who don't know, Mom is a media production company highlighting LGBTQIA+ content where Willam is one of the executive producers. And you know Willam is involved because, like everything else in her career, it references World of Wonder. I mean, Mom is literally WoW turned upside down. Now, Willam, you say I've never turned down a request to work with you or Mom, then how would we explain the countless emails, messages, and texts from you and your team? In fact, just in February, you messaged me personally and said, next time you're in LA, you gotta come by Mom or my studio. I'm across from World of Wonder. I got snacks, liquor, and smoke. But f that. I can count 11 more text messages from Dipper alone on your team asking me to do countless podcasts and interviews, including flat out saying word for word. Just wanted to see if you were up for guesting on some podcasts. We would love to have you on all of the Mom shows, really, but whatever you're interested in. Race Chaser, Sloppy Seconds, Very Delta, totally up to you. Now remind me again how I've never been requested to do one of your podcasts or turned you down. You're a fucking clown, bitch. But what really takes the cake for me is Willam claims she's never met me, which is somewhat true. She never personally met me in real life other than the time she was a fan and came to my sold out show in LA where she watched from the bleachers and even made me turn around and pose and take a picture with her in the background. But that's besides the point. A month ago, Willam claims we've never spoken before last week, which might shock some of you, of course is a fucking lie. Since my debut on RuPaul's Drag Race, you so desperately craved my attention and friendship, and you claim we've never spoken before, but our texts and our phone calls go back over 2 years ago, babe. You've sent me your number multiple times on Instagram, with our first conversation being me checking you during season 15 when you lied about me on your podcast to ignite hate for clicks and views and then backpedaled and kissed my ass like a little bitch when I called you out on your shit, which seems to be like the only thing you're good at doing. Just like when I called you and checked you a few weeks ago after you went and talked shit about me at Roscoe's, and your reply was, oh, you can bring me on your YouTube channel, we can squash it there. Bitch, never in your wildest dreams. But I am the generous queen, so if you're watching right now, all my Mistress Monday viewers, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do your big one, and leave a comment below. Should we bring Willam to squash this? I don't know if there's any coming back from this. But you know, that's the same YouTube channel you claim you don't watch or tune into, but quote when you're on interviews discussing me. Now listen, it's okay to admit you're a fan, babe. You used to praise me all the time.
I love Mistress Isabelle Brooks. She's my favorite. She's entertaining. She's gonna be around for years. She's so sickening, and she's giving good TV.
Where did we go wrong? Remember when you wanted me to be your drag mom?
I have a drag mother now, but I'm thinking of asking Mistress to be my drag mother.
Really?
I still consider, babe. Maybe you can teach an old dog new tricks. But I do have one question for you. Do you prefer wet or dry food, dog? Now that you've got what you wanted and got your feature on the channel, hopefully you can stop DMing me your video ideas. I know you wanted to be on Mistress Mondays, and I gotta give you your flowers. You were one of the first girls to do your big one on the internet, and you were so popular back in 2012 when I graduated middle school. But let's discuss where you're at now. The numbers don't lie, babe. The lines at DragCon do not lie! You're statistically irrelevant. Now, don't get me wrong. It's the entertainment business and we all know there's ups and downs to this shit, but I honestly feel for you. You went from getting millions of views on your videos 12 years ago to your most recent content averaging about 10K views per upload. That has to sting. But just because you're on a decline doesn't mean I should be what you're grasping at for relevancy. A great poet once said, "Stupid hoe should have befriended me, then she could have probably came back." Truer words have never been spoken, and as I look back on all the receipts before us, I realized that was your game plan all along. You wanted to befriend me and use me like you do multiple people, but I peeped your game, I never played into it. That's why you claim you don't like me. But let's take a step back. Let's say we believe your lies and you've never met me. We've never talked and we don't have any experience with each other, other than the stories you hear secondhand from other people. How could you have so many personal issues with someone you don't know? Why would you speak about someone so much who you don't know? Why do you act ask people stuff about me, and you claim you don't know me. You want to know me, bitch. Your tone seems very pointed right now. I tried to chalk it up to you just being you, and this being your job to talk about the show, but my issues with you lie in discussing things that are irrelevant to my TV persona. You have taken multiple jabs at my professionalism, and I've tried to make baseless claims that no one's gonna wanna hire me, and the girls don't like me, and I'm a nightmare to work with.
Mistress Isabelle Brooks apparently went to Hamburger Mary's in West Hollywood and was introduced 3 times incorrectly on the mic, and Mistress got so mad about it. She was still mad the second time she went back to Mary's and said, "This is the place where the host can't even know my name on the mic."
What?
Meanwhile, I've literally toured the world non-stop since I came on the scene. Everywhere I go is sold out with lines wrapped around the building, and the girls show up and show out regardless of the narrative people like you try to push about me. I'm indisputably, factually, statistically that bitch, and you can never stop my bag, and most importantly, you can never hold a candle to me as an entertainer or a queen. Let's not compare apples to oranges, and let's not try to compete where we don't compare. You make a living reviewing Drag Race when that should not even be on the table, bitch. You look a mess. You look the fucking fool. How would you know anything about production? You were on Drag Race 12 years ago. You were on Drag Race 12, 13 years ago, babe. Give it up. You don't know as much as you think you do. You don't know shit about anything except the stories you hear from other people who actually go and do these things. You so badly want to be involved, and it's just not that for you, my love. I can have a bad runway on Drag Race. I can have a bad look here and there. Bitch, your entire repertoire, your entire closet, your entire from A to Z chop. Bitch, you look the fool. Bitch, let's not even, let's let her make it. Let's let her make it. Fashion Nova sponsor her. Temu sponsor her. Let's get her in some garments. Now, you claim to be a girl's girl and you try to hide all the malicious, scummy shit you do behind you standing up for people, but in reality, you're just a lame, has-been social climber with your own separate agenda who has a bad habit of bringing people down with you. I genuinely feel bad for Alaska. And listen, by no means am I saying that I'm an angel. We all have our issues. I definitely have taken things too far before and will continue to make mistakes as we all do. But the last time you and I talked on the phone, you told me I'm gonna have to deal with you talking shit about me to get used to it as it comes with the territory, and you and I are very similar. That's when I knew you were delusional. You could say so many things about me, but you can never say I don't stand on business and tell the truth in things outside of TV land or what happens and what my TV persona. You, my dear, are just a flat-out liar and a sociopath. Oh my god, I almost forgot one thing. Before I go, Willam, I've heard you say it a few times, but the last time you were at Roscoe's, you said you would have belted me and you wanted to get physical with me.
If they didn't kick me off then, I was gonna hit a girl, and I would have belted that.
Who?
I would have Mistress. I would have Tanisha's ass would have thrown her in a kick.
So make sure when you see me, you keep that same energy and run me that fade on site, baby, because I don't take threats lightly, and you can check my credentials. I promise you I'm good for it. So when you see me and when that day comes that we cross paths, make sure it's on site. Don't say hello. Don't say, can we talk? Make sure it's on site, babe. I'll see you then. With that being said, I do want to give a shout out to World of Wonder, to RuPaul's Drag Race for always treating me like family, always showing me love, and despite what bitches like Willam have to say, like I always say, the phone stays ringing. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities, and you know what? After All Stars 10, just because I didn't win the crown this go round, who knows? There's always All Stars 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and the list will go on and on until we're all in the ground. But I do know one thing, the phone won't ring for Miss Stain. It has been such an amazing journey, and I'm so grateful to be a part of the RuPaul's Drag Race family and officially be an all-star. I want to give a special shout out to Ginger Minj. Congratulations on getting that crown. And I want to give a shout out to all my All-Stars 10 sisters. Y'all are so fucking amazing. It has been such an honor to share this moment in time with y'all. With that being said, even though I sat here and absolutely dragged this bitch, I do want to leave you with this, Willam. I have no issue with you. I have an issue with how you've handled me and how you've addressed me, and I want you to stop speaking about me in rooms that I'm not in because you don't know me. Discuss Drag Race and discuss reality TV all you want. Stop discussing me personally and stop trying to sabotage my career and undermine me and underhand me because you're jealous of the opportunities I have. There's no other excuse for you to act the way you do. You're gonna stop discussing me in rooms I'm not in, or we're going to have a bigger issue. Thank y'all for tuning into this Mistress Monday. It has been f***ing wild, and y'all know I don't like to get crazy, but sometimes you have to. Mwah! Oh, and Willam, send me your address. I'm gonna send you this shirt and I'm gonna sign you a headshot, okay? Just tell me how you want me to sign it. Do you want me to put Willam? You want me to put William? Tell me what you want, baby. And yes, I'll be your drag mother.